Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cock Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome back to our post match reaction to Liverpool beating Newcastle United by 2 goals to nil. And was it a rough performance? It was indeed. But look, the Reds got 3 points. Gakpo and Nunes and Salah looked quite good as a midfield three, and of course the Reds walked away with their first away win of 2023. Anyway, in terms of the Premier League, anyway. But guys, let me know how you lot are in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Of course, Liverpool beating Newcastle United now is a real a real feel to it in terms of top four, and Liverpool keeping the hopes up with that in particular. Again, though, it was rough in periods, but Liverpool looked back in some areas, looked back to being Liverpool in that regards. But again, it wasn't the greatest performance. It wasn't it wasn't a 10 out of 10 performance, but again, Liverpool, dug deep and managed to come away with 3 points as well. But of course, we'll talk a bit about that as well. And we'll talk a little bit about, the events of the game as well anyway. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well in the comments down below. Chris says, massive win. I still wouldn't say we were comfortable even with a man advantage. Alisson still had saves to make. He's my man of the match, but stepping the right direction. Back-to-back wins, great team goals as well. Absolutely, Chris. Good seeing you as well, my friend. We took the chances. Red card killed them, but they never gave up. To be fair, we dug in, got the win, and we are well in the top four race, game in hand, and top four rivals. It's big up. It's up for grabs now. The Reds into Madrid as well. Yeah, absolutely. Johnson as well. Big up. Colin as well. Big win for the Reds. We're back as well. I wouldn't necessarily say we're back. But again, like Chris said, it is a massive, massive step in the right direction. You look over the next couple of weeks now, of course, we've got Madrid on Wednesday. Next week in the league, we've got Crystal Palace away from home as well. So, and again, we've got, tough games coming up. I think we've even got Manchester United, Wolves at home as well. So again, we've got games to play, but of course, the next three games, we've got Madrid, Palace, Wolves, Madrid in that gap. Anyway, so hopefully we can take advantage on that, and that's the sense of this as well, because we're going to take a quick look anyway of the top of the table at the moment. As you can see, but there, after Liverpool's win over Newcastle today, again level on points with Brighton, and again Liverpool now is 6 points behind Newcastle United, like as you guys have mentioned, with Newcastle. With Liverpool, sorry, with a game in hand already. Of course, Spurs could go fourth tomorrow if they beat West Ham. But again, you look at that, the race is so close between everyone, between Liverpool, Newcastle, Spurs, Fulham, Brighton as well. But, again, 2 wins out of the two. Liverpool looking back to their best, or looking near enough back to their best, is a massive step in the right direction, and a massive step, for the entirety of the season as well. Because when we look at it, again, the fact that we could now potentially try and fight for top four. Madrid in the week as well. Again, Madrid haven't been the best this season in performance wise. So for me, Liverpool have to at least be 2 goals up the first leg. Anfield needs to be bouncing on Tuesday night. And again, okay, you've got 2 legs to win, but hopefully there'll be news on Darwin as well. Of course, Darwin with his it looked like his collarbone. He was feeling a little bit. I think he should be fine though. To be fair, but again, it's the step in the right direction. It's just, again, it's most likely going to be the same team as tonight. This is why we saw so many changes as well, and you think about it, that midfield three, I think, is the best midfield three that you can put up right now. Obviously, Thiago would go in there as well, but I thought the midfield did decent as well. It wasn't. It wasn't. Again, like I said, it wasn't a glamorous performance. Let's say that it was a very hard fought 3 points, but again, those are the type of 3 points you'd much rather prefer. Again, you don't want to walk away from it going, oh, okay, there was no positives away from the game whatsoever. There were positives. Again, Liverpool went 2-0 up when Newcastle, we'll call Newcastle Fulham for some reason. But again, Liverpool went 2-0 up when, of course, Newcastle were up by 11 men. Of course, Darwin Núñez getting a goal, which again was a very, very, very beautiful, well-worked goal, and a lovely dink from Mo Salah. Not Mo Salah, sorry, from Trent. What a ball it was from Trent, chest down by Darwin and slotted away. It was absolutely brilliant goal as well. And of course, Cody Gakpo getting his second goal. 2 in 2 games now for Cody Gakpo, to be fair. So he's getting his confidence in as well. And the partnership as well between Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo seems to be, gaining pace as well. Obviously, when we're talking about it as well, Bobby Firmino came back into the game. Diogo Jota come into the game. Luis Diaz is back running. Liverpool's attacking options are very much there, and hopefully will be there for the rest of the season as well. So again, the front three, I think, will be changed around, game in, game out, and hopefully can be. Could even be a front four as well for a game. But again, the link up play now that you're seeing between Mo, Núñez, and Gakpo, you're starting to see it. And I think the last 2 games in particular, that front three in particular has performed pretty good. Because again, Liverpool could have had 3, 4, 5 goals tonight. That's how, again, the man advantage helped. But Liverpool should have scored a lot more goals. Again, Alisson saved us very much, a very few times, not a few times, but, I'm what's the word I'm trying to find? He saved us a bunch of times then, let's just say that. But again, Alisson Becker, for me, again, world's best goalkeeper. I know plenty of people I've already seen in the chat saying he was man of the match. For me, I think, he's well and truly up there for man of the match. Again, I think Darwin is also there. Trent as well, I also think is there for man of the match. Virgil was pretty much solid as well. But yeah, I'd probably give man of the match to Alisson Becker at the moment. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well. Anyway, apologies if I am all over the place. My head's gone today. Not feeling the best today. But again, we move. Talio Olbein Núñez goal was sexy. It was beautiful, wasn't it? Gary, good seeing you as well, my friend. As happy as I am, as happy as I will. That win, we were so wasteful in the second half as well. Yeah, it wasn't the best, was it? Hello, Luca, Ricky. I think it's Ricky. Anyway, Real Madrid, very big game, but they're not playing the best footy at the minute as well. No, they're not. But again, we got to take advantage of that. I think Liverpool have to be 2 goals up going into that second leg to have that comfortable barrier. Because again, we're going to concede at the Bernabeu. That's no secret. So we have to take advantage of the home leg as well. I thought we were poor tonight as well. In times, I would also agree. In times we were poor, but I think Newcastle, the periods where they dialed it in, I think Liverpool very much, were just defending for their lives in that regard, just to get 3 points as well. But I would disagree with the fact that, again, got away with one. I don't think we got away with one. Again, look, Ali saved us at times, but I think Liverpool should have scored a lot more. Liverpool should have scored at least 3 or 4 goals tonight. So again, That's just my opinion anyway. Van Dijk was a wall as well. Absolutely he was. And Alex is in as well. Coutinho as well, saying hello, massive win for the Reds. Walk alone, can't believe Cody Gakpo scored his second goal. What a goal! I also think we'll beat Real Madrid, and what a goal by Darwin Núñez Connor as well. No, it was a good goal. From Darwin. And again, it's good. It's, I think Rafa Benitez said it. It's the first steps that you're now seeing with Cody Gakpo. He said it. Rafa said it after the game where Fernando Torres was the exact same. Like, Fernando Torres wasn't a brilliant finisher at times. He was brilliant. Brilliant player, getting control of the ball and driving with it. But again, his finishing, when he first joined Liverpool, wasn't its best. We worked on it. It took him a season or a half a season, and then we all know and love Fernando Torres for what he was. And that's the thing. Darwin Núñez, I think next season, or towards the back end of this season, is going to be very much important for Liverpool. And again, that's not even to account the likes of Cody Gakpo, Diogo Jota, Mo, Luis Diaz as well. I think Luis Diaz might, judging from what the club is saying at the moment, I think he's going to have a massive impact on the season as well. Because personally, I thought that he wouldn't be back in time for this season at least. But judging from what reports has come out the last week, with him now, fully running on the pitch and so on as well. It does look like Luis Diaz will be back to have some sort of impact on the back end of the season. Of course, for me, Luis Diaz was probably Liverpool's best player before his injury. Anyway, so again, having him back will be massive for the Reds as well. But we'll take a quick look then at the stats as well, guys. To be fair, let me quickly get them up. There we go. As well, Liverpool just edging it on XG. So again, Newcastle should have scored 2 goals on XG. Newcastle 14 shots, 3 big chances missed. 3 big chances, 3 big chances missed for Newcastle. Again, Liverpool pass accuracy pretty good as well tonight. Fouls committed 8-3 as well by Liverpool. Offsides 3 to Newcastle, 0 to Liverpool, and corners 7-6 for Liverpool as well. So again, basing on that, Newcastle should have at least got a goal in retrospect. But again, obviously that's big thanks to Alisson Becker in terms of saving Liverpool's skin time in, time out as well. And when we talk about goalkeepers as well, obviously Nick Pope got the red card that completely changed the game for Newcastle, and of course that now means he will miss the Carabao Cup final as well. Apologies, the screen is coming off as well. I've got the football on, but and again I forgot to turn the telly off. But Nick Pope is not going to be part now of the League Cup final, which leaves obviously former Liverpool goalkeeper Loris Karius to start the League Cup final, which, if we're talking about redemption story, of course, the last ever game he played, or competitive game he played for Liverpool, was the Champions League final. And obviously he hasn't featured for Newcastle as of yet, at least anyway. So again, Loris Karius will most likely start the League Cup final against Manchester United next week. So again, when we're talking about redemption story, Loris Karius might have his redemption as well. But again, that's next week as well. I hope Newcastle go on to beat Manchester United next week, because again, we don't want Manchester to win any trophies whatsoever, or United at least anyway. But Gary says that Starwing will score more goals after tonight. The look on his gorgeous face as well. Yeah, no, it was very much it was a build up, wasn't it? Again, the partnership between him and Cody Gakpo, once again, them two in particular, getting pretty much used to each other's game now, getting realistically where Darwin and Cody Gakpo are now starting to understand each other's game. Mo is also a part of that, and again, the front three for me tonight again looked pretty good in terms of the link-up play. The midfield three as well, Stefan Bajcetic, yet again, I thought was very, very good, very calm and collected once again. I think the big problem is, though, for Liverpool, what I would say, personally anyway, is once again, when we made the substitutions, the rhythm once again got taken out of the team. Um, of course, that was a game plan by Jurgen Klopp. It was a plan to take the likes of Henderson off, Bajcetic off, to rest them up, and obviously Darwin and Cody Gakpo as well. But it, for me, it definitely it took the likes of Harvey Elliott, Bobby Jota to get into the game. It took them about 5-10 minutes to find their rhythm and that. But again, it's good to see the fact that we have options coming off the bench, and not just in particularly just zoned in on just those three in particular as well. Um, but overall, I think quite honestly, it is a massive step in the right direction. Like we've already mentioned, and we'll take a quick look again. The fact that Liverpool now are 6 points off top four. Well, by tomorrow anyway, um, it might be 7 points off top four, considering if Spurs win. But again, we'll have 2 games in hand then on Spurs. So again, it's plenty to play for this season. And again, I think we play Spurs at Anfield as well, I think potentially. So again, we could take points off of them and get even, get further up in the table, at least anyway. But we'll take a quick look. Like I said, again, yeah, you see, but there, 35 points we're on now. Newcastle on 41, Spurs on 39. But again, if Spurs win, they'll go on to 42 tomorrow anyway. So again, top four race is well and truly on. I think in particular, like for me, did I think top four was a realistic option for Liverpool this season after, again, Brighton and Wolves? No, absolutely not. Did I think that would be the case? But yeah, I think even the Sky Sports even said it. A week ago, Liverpool were 12 points off top four, and now we're 6 points off top four with a game or two in hand of other teams ahead of us. So, again, with the likes of Chelsea losing as well, that's massive for Liverpool. And we know this squad, we know the team can go on an unbelievable run. We know that from last season. I think even Trent and Virgil mentioned it in the post match as well. The fact that Liverpool can go on a massive run. And it's just the sense of now, and judging from the players as well and what they've been saying, it feels like that now. It feels like Liverpool have turned the corner, have finally found not the rhythm, but found those couple of elements that weren't there early on in the season to go and get 3 points and to control a little bit of the game, because that's what Liverpool have missed this season, and we haven't done it that well this year in terms of controlling games. And when we're 1-0 up or 2-0 up or 2-1, we haven't been able to manipulate the game in what we want it to do, and so on, because again, teams have either countered us or been better than us in the midfield, and so on. So again, it looks like the fullbacks for me in Liverpool, like Robbo and Trent, they look to be a bit more wider, especially when we're on the open attack. Like even today, you saw Trent come a little bit inside, but then straight away was on the outside running, an overlapping Mo at times as well. Same with Robbo, with Darwin Núñez. If Núñez was inside, Robbo was running outside as well. So again, I think the major change is that with Bajcetic and Fabinho, you basically have a two. Because what I think is happening at the moment is you've got Bajcetic and Fabinho in that two. You've got Jordan Henderson doing the pressing, but then you've also got Trent and Robbo then on the outside trying to cover in as well. So again, I think the way we're playing and the way we're structuring ourselves up for the moment is probably the best way of doing it, until of course we get players in the door. But it seems to be working, and so far we've got 2 wins out of 2. So hopefully this is the change for Liverpool anyway. But let me know your guys' thoughts as well. Anyway, hopefully we can get to 20 likes as well, guys. I don't know what we're on right now. Anyway, it says there was 16 people in here. How many are we on? Let me double check. We're on 10 anyway. So if we get to 15, then it'd be very much appreciated. As always, Doug is in here as well with the eyes emoji. Spurs so undeserved of that fifth place right now. They're bad. To be fair, that's just the way the league's gone, isn't it, mate? I think, look, the Premier League table is this season is one of the most weirdest seasons going. Like it isn't normal. It's one of those weird seasons. It's like a Leicester season in that regard. But again, you've got Arsenal on the top, City, obviously City drawing to Forest today, which was huge. Obviously, I should have said this at the start as well. Hopefully, Aspilicueta will be fine as well. If you guys haven't seen what happened, he did have a major concussion after in Chelsea's game, which again I advise if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, that was horrific. Watched a replay of it just now, but again, hopefully he will be all right. But again, you've got Chelsea down in 10th. Us, we haven't been performing, and got different bits and pieces as well. So it'll be interesting to see what the final table will look like this season. But again, it hasn't been full sailing, has it? Salah played well tonight, I think, says Gary as well. Starth Bay as well says, well, I don't think Liverpool will win the Champions League. Man City are better. You support a bad team. We are second. Plus we have Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jack Grealish. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, mate. But again, you've got no European history, have you? And again, you haven't had many seasons where you're not being investigated. So that's what I'm going to say anyway. But hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your night. Salah played well tonight as well. But yeah, that's just brilliant, isn't it? Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say any more on the City investigation thing. If you want to check it out, going back on different videos as well. But we all know the truth. But anyway, of course, we take a quick look then at Liverpool's target, Liverpool's future games as well. Like I mentioned as well, the next couple of games, I should say. Of course, it is very much Liverpool, to go on. And practically go on and hopefully get more points than what we can do anyway. But once again, I think that realistically Liverpool should be winning these games and should at least be getting 6 points over the next the next couple of games at least. Of course, we've got Real Madrid, which that's going to be the biggest one for Liverpool. Obviously, Palace away. Palace away. Wolves at home. United at home. Bournemouth away. I'd like at least 10 points from the next league games, in particular. But again, I don't know whether or not that's going to be realistic. Let me know your guys' thoughts anyway, but it'll be interesting to know anyway. And yeah, I've banned that guy. Get that fucking knobhead out of here anyway. But I think I'm gonna leave it there, guys. You know what, I can't be bothered today, and that guy's just made me annoyed as well anyway. But a big thank you to all of you, the rest of you guys anyway. It is in you. Generally can't be bothered. What's the point? So generally, that's my head in. But again, Liverpool win. Happy bloody days. Of course, Darwin Núñez getting the goal. Of course, Liverpool making 1-0. Liverpool 1-0 up. Of course, Cody Gakpo scoring the second goal, and of course, Alisson Becker man of the match performance for the Reds anyway, to be fair. But if any of you guys are new to the channel anyway, then please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.